So today we're in Garboldisham and starting at St John the Baptist Church. And just up here, there should be, somewhere opposite the steps to the church, there should be a set of steps onto a footpath. So it's quite a large church there. And there's the steps. And here's the footpath. So this should take us up to the ruins of another church, which I'm going to guess was the original. It's a 14th century church, which sort of fell into disrepair. I think the tower collapsed into the nave in 1734, if I can remember correctly what I was reading this morning. Looks like this footpath gets a fair bit of use anyway. Fairly worn. Yeah, so I don't know exactly how far we're going to go today. It's either going to be between 1 and 1.5 miles. Nice meadow here. That's the village hall over there, at the rear of it. Yeah, it's either going to be between 1 and 1.5 miles, or no set of gates, or 3.5 miles. It depends whether we can get through the footpaths or get access to or along the footpaths that I want to get along, and if we can't get along those, there is a Bronze Age barrow we can have a look at. I think the church remains should be just up here somewhere. I think this is Water Lane now coming up to. Footpath sign, and there's the church. Right, so this is Water Lane. So we should be coming back down the other side of this. Right, so this is basically all there is left of it. There's not even any grave markers. I think this is here is meant to be the graveyard, or possibly even this side. Yeah. So that collapsed in 1734 and was then abandoned. There's a great big crack running up. You can see there's a danger sign here. Yeah, there's a great big crack running up the middle there. Yeah, so it's 14th century. I somehow managed to turn the camera off. So I've just had to backtrack a few hundred meters. So I'm not quite sure what I've got in this video so far, but yeah, if I didn't mention it in the other bit, there's a stone there which has got shears carved into it. Yeah, I did read something about that in the Norfolk Heritage bit, or maybe on one of the church pages, so I'll put a little bit about that on screen. But yeah, we shall carry on. If it ain't one thing, that's another, isn't it? Yeah, I think what it is because this screen goes off by itself. It times out and goes off, so I press the button to get it to come up again so I can see what I'm doing. And yeah, I must have hit the off button instead. And there we are, these things happen, don't they? Alright, we'll carry on. Yeah, so it's a bit lumpy bumpy over here, so there's obviously a little bit of stonework, footings, whatever, still under the ground. And what I was saying about no grave markers, well, there is this one, but I can't actually make out a date on it very clearly. Yeah, there's something there that looks like it's 1880 something. Yeah, hard to make out. But yeah, that's the only marker I can find. Right, so we'll carry on. Right, so footpath actually goes, that's where we come from, that direction. Footpath actually goes through the drive of this property. I'll just say about public footpath is straight ahead, all other areas are private. Keep your clear up after your dog. Right, so this is called Steeple Cottage, and as I said on the bit I wasn't recording, there's some very nice plasterwork on there, you can see. There is a particular name for it which I can't recall at the moment, so yeah, I will put that on screen. Right, so go through this little double gate here. This is obviously a farm gate there, farm gate there. So that's obviously from one meadow to the next. We'll carry on through these gates. And yeah, like I say, this is probably quite well used, this bit of footpath, probably dog walkers, because it's quite nicely bare soil underneath. Yeah, so I was saying in the bit, but I wasn't recording, about Garboldisham village. It's quite a nice little village. Has quite a good shop and a post office incorporated in that shop. Has a very nice pub, the Fox, Garboldisham Fox, which is community run, and they do serve a very good ale. I can confirm. And it looks like the sun is now coming out. It was a bit overcast earlier. Yeah, so I think what else? Oh yes, the unfortunately the village is sort of dissected by the rather busy Dis to Thetford Road, which, if I do the full walk, if I can get down the footpath that I want to get down, I'm probably going to have to walk along a section of that rather than having to backtrack. Don't really like doing backtrack. Yeah, I'd rather keep it in a nice sort of loop if I can. Yeah, so straight ahead I think is the old hall. Can't really recall any history on that. If I find anything interesting I will put it on screen. Yeah, so that is the that is obviously the wall to keep the peasants out. Yeah, so we're sort of coming up, going to follow on the back of this wall. Substantial brick wall. Cutting across, and we should come out on a piece of road, which is, there'll be a few houses along, so hopefully I will be able to keep recording. If not, we'll pick it up where the footpath sort of cuts across the other footpath. There's probably about 3, maybe 4 different footpaths I might get down today, if we can. But a lot of it I won't record, won't video, because a lot of it is sort of just along a tree line that's probably not very exciting. It's almost like a sunken lane here. Looks like that wall has fell into a little bit of disrepair there. Yeah, it's quite a big bank there. Right, so very shortly should be coming out onto the road, which I can't remember the name of. That was Church Road we started on. Strange enough, where the church is. Right, so this is the end of the footpath. And some really nice cottages, still thatched. Interesting little hut there. Little shed. Another lovely thatched cottage. There's just some modern bungalows. Right, so hopefully I will be able to find the footpath I want to pick up. Quiet down here. Yeah, so this, if you carry on straight, would just take you back to Church Road. So if you wanted to do a walk of maybe just a mile, you could just carry on down and back to the point where I started. I think I worked out that was just a fraction over a mile, mile and a tenth, something like that. shepherd's hut in there. I think we should be coming up to the footpath pretty shortly. Another fine thatched place with a cat on the roof. I believe this is the footpath. Yeah. Don't know whether I'll be able to read the designation with on my map without my glasses. Where are we? Oh, actually it's a RB, it's got restricted byway rather than footpath. 13 I think that says. I have got my glasses with me. Just whether we bothered to put them on or not, isn't it? Yeah, so this should take me up to another footpath which sort of crosses it. So we're going to take a right and then a left, I think. Memory serves. It's right on the crease, isn't it, when I folded it? Yeah. So right and then a left. Yeah, the last video, or previous video I did to this one, I ended up actually completely filling up the memory card. There was about an hour's worth of footage on there. I thought there was going to be about 30 odd minutes. So yeah, I'm going to have to make sure I actually... Oh, you can see the church over there where we started. And there's the other ruin, church ruin over there. I'm going to guess what we're coming up to is the other footpath, which actually looks like that's possibly a byway or bridleway as well. Or is it just a lane? Not sure. Where are we? We are. Does that show that going through the woods? I'm upside down, but God, what you like? Alright, on the edge of a wood, so actually, so we should actually be going up this way. So this is what? RB5? I wonder that's got that. Let's just check there's no... That probably is a bit of a shortcut through the woods. But we better stick to the footpath, because I think there's no signs here. Yeah, so there's a path there through the wood. But I think yeah, as usual, poor signage. I'm gonna guess we carry on along here. So what's this called? Lover's Lane. Oh, what about that? Good old environment agency putting a sign up for us. Yeah, so I think we should follow on the other footpath. Should follow the wood line. So that's why I'm not thinking we should be going into there. So actually, some of this there is restricted byways or bridleways. I could have actually come along on the push bike. Yeah, and this, if you carried on straight up there, would take you back onto the B1111, which is the other road, which goes through Garboldisham and sort of creates a staggered crossroad with the A1066. Woodland through there, which there is a track through there. Yeah, so I think where it probably doesn't show up on camera, but I can see some farm machinery in the distance, and I think that's where the other end of this road comes out. And I've just spotted the sign. Yeah, so that is signed. So we want to head along this tree line here. Well, so far it's been reasonably clearly signed. Easy access. Quite large field. You can see a few odd trees in this. Those trees are probably on the hedge line. A couple of odd, 3 or 4 odd oak trees I can see out there. Yeah, like so many hedges were grubbed up after the war. Which was smelly vision. That's all ready to be spread on the fields. There is a little sign up. I'm not sure if this is the actual. I don't think it is. I don't think that is the actual footpath now. That's just another farm track, isn't it? Environmental margins. Oh, and you can actually see, well, I can see, there's a car now going along that road, which is the 1066 Thetford Road. Right, I'm going to carry on down here, and when I find that other junction, I'll put the camera on again, because if not we're going to end up with another hour's worth of video to download. So yeah, I'll just turn it off for a bit now. Right, so I should be coming up to this junction here. I've just sort of gone through, or started on the edge of this piece of woodland here. So I should see the return of this footpath. Hopefully. There's a really quite impressive ditch over here. On the edge of that woodland, that runs quite a way. Well, you can't actually see through there, but that was following that line of that field and just carry on up that way. Yeah, so hopefully we should come across, and if we can't find it, I should be on the edge of this other piece of woodland running up that way. Wind has picked up a little bit. It was supposed to be quite sunny today, I thought. Could that be it? That could be it. There. Looks like it's used anyway. Right, so we'll carry on along here. So we should sort of curve away up here towards Devil's Ditch, which does have a footpath run the entire length, or yeah, pretty much the entire length of it. That might actually be the other end of the footpath. Yeah, so we've got a couple of places there we are possibly going to come out. Yeah, so Devil's Ditch, which I'm not going to get to today, because to walk along that apparently is quite hard going. That's probably more of a winter walk once the vegetation has died down a bit. Yeah, so Devil's Ditch is I'm not forgotten now, I did write it down. Iron Age. Yeah, so bank and ditch, Iron Age to early Saxon boundary, possibly recut Middle Saxon. Yeah, so if we carry up along here, we'd eventually get to it. But I'm going to turn off down another footpath before that, which will take us past the barrow. Yeah, so Devil's Ditch runs on the northern end. It sort of butts up against the Roman road, which I've shown on previous videos, and it sort of comes out near, or butts up against, or joins in, or sort of more or less merges with the Roman road, near the Five Ways, which we've crossed there on the previous video. And it runs right the way along to the southern end, which is the sort of fen land against the Little Ouse River. Yeah, so I don't think it was a defence ditch. I don't think it was ever big enough. I think when I've done some excavations on it, it was never big enough for defence. It's more just a boundary marker, and in fact it still is, or part of it is still the marker between the two parishes. Right, so I think we're now coming up to the point where this footpath sort of splits. On the edge of this field. And the last aerial photos I looked at, Google Map actually, on Google Map, did actually show pigs in the field. Which is quite common around. Oh, look at that, and that is actually cleared. Well, I am surprised about that. Crossfield path. Agricultural activities may sometimes affect this path, but will not affect your right to use it. Right, that is, and clearly marked. I'm really surprised about that, because I didn't expect, it's so far out of the village, I didn't expect anyone to actually sort of use it and make sure it was still marked and everything. So that, if I just press this button so I can see what I'm pointing at, if you can see that in the distance, that sort of hedge tree line runs along there, that is where Devil's Ditch is. So we carried along here, we would actually meet the footpath that runs along. Footpath 5, I think that is. But we're going to go this way. Pipe here. Water, possibly irrigation. Oh, all the way along here. Well, we are now walking up, or coming up to the barrow. And yeah, there's a sort of little kink in the path here. And that's the barrow over there. I didn't think we were going to be able to see much of it, but looks like we can. May not come across on camera, but actually walking slightly downhill here into a bit of a dip. And it is sort of just over there. See it better if the maze weren't here. Did write down a few little things and actually remember to bring them. Right, so it's a Bronze Age barrow. Known locally as Soldier's Hill, and also Boadicea's grave. And I'm not going to say Boudica, as I just have, because when I grew up it was always Boadicea, so how and why that changed to Boudica I really don't know. Yeah, so there have been a few finds here, not much. One of the main things was, where are we, in 1963, excavations recovered a complete Bronze Age urn with cremated bone. I think that's all that's really been found, apart from a few flint shards. Yes, there is a bit of a ditch here. Might be worth coming back in winter actually, when the scrubber's all down. You can see a bit more of the shape. See if we can have a look. Yeah, it's kind of hard to. Yes, there's a few little pits around it, but I think they are from. Oh, I just fell down something. Yeah, this is probably private land, so I'm not going to go too far. Apart from the fact it's quite hard going. Yeah, so they think that some of these, the little diggings around it are from, possibly from the First World War. Hence the reason, and that was done by the military apparently. Yeah, so that's probably why it's known as Soldier's Hill. Apparently there was a rifle range nearby. You see there's another little rise over there in the landscape. It's quite a long ridge. Another ridge over there in the background. Yeah, but this is quite substantial. Yeah, so known as Boadicea's grave, although there's no actual evidence to suggest that it is. But who knows? Who knows? We're certainly in OCD territory anyway. sort of ridge here. Yeah. Yeah, we're sort of rising up again here. Yeah. So there we are. Bronze Age barrow. And you can see a bit closer to Devil's Ditch now. You can see that tree line there. It sort of runs up there behind that mound to the north, and that way to the south. Right, so we'll get down this footpath. The end of this footpath actually comes out on the A1066, so I'm not going to video along there. I'll just show where we turn into the other footpath for sort of like the loop back, if you like. Right, so here we are on the main road. That's where we just come from. And my pet hate there. Why do you need to do that? Why do you need to do that? It's just totally scummy. It really is. Right, there's a little lay-by over there. There's a footpath goes off that lay-by, which heads down towards the sort of southern end of Devil's Ditch. Right, so I'm now going to take my life into my hands and walk this bit of road. Wish me luck. Right, so there's the other footpath. Just going to cross this road while there's nothing coming. And again, we have got a good sign. Right, actually quite surprised on the access so far. It's all been pretty good signage. Nothing's been blocked on purpose. Well, that's probably mainly due to they are used by farm vehicles mainly, so that's probably why they're clear. Obviously the footpath is going to go round. I think it footpath goes round to the left up here somewhere, so hopefully that will be marked. We'll see when we get there. Look at that for an ancient oak. I wonder what tales that could tell. Yes, most of that through there, and that side is pine tree, and it is very piney in the air, which is very, very nice. Another old oak. Right, I'm going to assume the footpath. Must follow the edge, I reckon, of the fence line up here. Right, what's here? Oh, it's actually a cottage. A large cottage. It's got a name on it, I can't read it from here. I'm sure it's something to do with pheasant, the name of it. Amazing how the, not far off the road, amazing how the trees block the road noise. Yeah, so that little section along the main road was probably 200 yards, 250 yards, so it's not very long distance. It's just a bit hair raising because they do rattle along that road. It does look like this does get a bit of use. I didn't think it would, but quite well worn. Yeah, so quite a pleasant walk really. Got some varied scenery, a bit of woodland, some fields, some crops, some buildings, some very nice thatched cottages actually in the village itself. Looks like we're coming up to the little intersection with the other footpath. Right, well here we are. So, if you're coming from the other direction and you want to go down that way, look out for that post with a chain on it. That's all I can say, because there were a couple of ways in. Yeah, so that is the one to take. Right, so they're going to head back along this route. Is that an exhaust? Yeah, I don't know what that is. Yeah, something's been dumped there. Yeah, so we're going to head back along this way we came in. So now coming up to that restricted byway number 5. Which, like I say, goes back up to the main, the B111 one, that way, and this way to the 10, this way down to Church Road, the other end of Church Road. So that's that signpost again, and that was where we went, just come back from that way. I'm going to go right past that first footpath or byway, whatever it was. I think it was a byway, and we're going to carry, rather than turn back the way we came, just going to carry straight down, which will bring us on to Church Road. So I'll pick that up again when we get there, because I don't think there's going to be very much excitement along there. Unless we get another dog attack, of course. There's always that possibility. So you can just see in the near distance there where that road turns away towards the village over there, that we're going to carry straight down. So we're just coming up to Church Road. You can also see the main road behind that runs parallel to it, more or less. The T junction is somewhere over there. We've got a little bit of agriculture going on there, a bit of muck spread by the look of it. And there's the church where we started. Pile of muck. Right, there we are. Oh, it does actually say on there, restricted byway. Right there. Right. Someone training their dog with a whistle. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed this video. Probably not as much interest history wise as some of my other ones, but I'm walking on the wrong side of the road and all, but, yes, remember your countryside code. So you're walking on the right facing the traffic. Yeah, so possibly not quite as much history as some of my other videos, but hopefully you found it enjoyable. So as always, please like, please subscribe, and please comment. Yeah, there's quite a lot of other footpaths, bridleways around this area, so we probably will do some more. So, oh, Back Street, that's what that other road was we came down, where we cut across onto that other footpath. Right, and this is Church Road. Oh, nice fig tree. There's some figs on it. Going past the school, and there's the church again where we started, and hopefully the van is still there. Don't think I left the keys in it, but you never know. Right, so I don't know if the pub is open. I'm not really too sure what the time is. It must be getting near 12. So I might even nip in there, and at some point we might even have a look around that church. Right, well, the van is still there anyway, you can just see it. Right, so with that, I'll finish this video.